Disney, like Walt Disney World, the Walt Disney Corporation, has had a problem for a long time with people that are going in and they are becoming like private sellers. Disney has always made money off merchandising.
Of course. It's got to be huge.
Disney has
part of it.
3 prongs of their maniacal little fiefdom over there, right? And I love Disney, by the way, but I see it clearly for what it is.
Well, Disney itself also owns media companies.
Yeah,
but you're just talking about the fantastical world of
the fantastical world, the whole Disney village,
and all of that.
I'm actually talking about the whole Disney village, the whole umbrella. Number 1 is content, right? They are a content owner, provider, publisher, producer, whatever. We all know.
Have been for a long time before Disney Plus came out.
That was the first thing that they did. They made cartoons, and that's how Walt Disney started, right? Okay, so they put out the content, Disney Plus and all that shit. I had 2 subscriptions, Marvel Universe, the whole 9 yards. You understand. I do. You have to live in a fucking alternate universe not to know that Disney Plus is out there and probably in your house somewhere, right? Okay, yes. Disney Plus, number 1. Okay. Prong number 1. Prong number 2, they are an incredible logistics company. Those resorts that they have and cruise lines and all the other shit and hotels across the world, they know how to push many people in and out of situations where they spend money, they do it quickly, and they feel safe and happy doing so.
Yes.
Right? They are not a theme park corporation. They are a logistics corporation. How do we wash thousands of towels more efficiently? How do we move people from one place to the other and get them to spend money while doing it? That's what they do really well. They're a logistics company.
That's true. When you think about it, it totally makes sense.
Okay. I learned this. I thought about this a long time ago, and I absolutely know that.
Did you think about it 21 years ago?
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. We'll get to 21 years ago. I had an idea that lead could make marks on paper, and so I started the Frankie B. Pencil Corporation, Pencil Consulting Corporation. Number 3 way that Disney makes money is by making merchandise scarce. So you always feel you have to buy it at a premium. Mickey Mouse is
supply and demand.
Supply and demand.
They've mastered it.
They have got it down to an absolute science. Mickey Mouse is on every fucking thing, every fucking where. But for some reason, some set of human beings, I conclude myself in that set of human beings, feels like we need certain Disney merchandise immediately, if not sooner, at the most expensive price, right? And what
scarcity.
It's scarcity. And how they make it extra scarce, they use the logistics that they know how to do to make it scarce in the theme parks that they own, in the land that they own in Orlando, California, Japan, and other places.
Real estate company, too.
Yeah, they are a big real estate company. They do have a lot of real estate holdings,
McDonald's
too.
is a real estate company,
right? They're not in the burger business. They're in the real estate business. Ray Kroc once said that. So what they do is they put this certain merchandise only in their theme parks, only for a limited time, and then they sell it at a premium. And really what it is just yet another plush toy, yet another ornament, yet another whatever. People have figured out how to crack the code and make money on their scarcity. They have started years ago, people started popping up shops online where they would be your personal Disney shopper. If you couldn't make it down to the parks for that Starbucks tumbler.
Damn, I have missed so many opportunities.
I know. I mean, imagine being at Walt Disney World every day shopping on behalf of other people. I would fucking lose my mind. Imagine screaming little kids with their sticky little fingers in your fucking long lines. I'd go like, ah! and then you gotta bring piles of t-shirts up to the front, and people are just pissed at you for no reason.
Yeah.
So Disney has said, so there's an example. Disney put out a Starbucks tumbler for their 50th anniversary that is this year, Disney World. And they only sold it in one location in Epcot Center, and they only sold the limited number every day. The actual tumbler was like $29.99, but people were selling them online for $250 fucking dollars. There was actually a fist fight in Disney World over the last tumbler one day, which is so fucking asinine. I can't even believe it. I can't believe all this Black Sunday bullshit that happened, Black Friday bullshit that happens.
Yeah.
We actually went to a Walmart one time in Tampa just to see what happened at midnight on Black Friday. It is just as scary as you think it is. We didn't go in. We stayed outside and we watched it all happen.
Right.
It's fucking insane, right? People are fucking out of their gourds.
Free-for-all.
Yeah, get over yourself. I mean, panties half off. Who cares? You're going to die in there. Get out of there, Jim. Get out of there. You could get
Abort mission, save self.
Yeah, you could get your Toshiba TV that'll break down next year somewhere else. Okay, so these shoppers pop up and they start either reselling they would walk into the Disney World store inside of the theme park. They would shove as many as they could onto the counter. They would literally bring these huge tote bags. They would throw everything in there. And then they'd go and they'd resell them online at a great markup, at a huge markup. Or they would be your private shopper. You would say, I want, 6 of those tumblers for Christmas
I request a Goofy
That's right.
plush toy with a Starbucks card.
I would like the floppy ears hat in large.
Go get it for me, shopper.
Sure, $500. Let it be done.
It shall be done.
The best $500 this king has ever spent. It's like, fuck, really? I need more frozen ornaments for my Christmas tree. But I can't make it down to Orlando in my private plane quick enough. Right? Okay.
I have someone for that.
Yeah, I have someone for that. I got a person that does that. I go to whatever, shopper.com. Many people started turning on these people a long time ago, but over the last couple of months, it's really gotten into turning on them. Like, they see them, they know who they are.
Oh,
they identify these people. There is a whole community.
What gives them away? Like them supermarket sweeping through the Disney gift store.
Yes, waiting in line, being 3:30 in the morning at fucking Animal Kingdom down in Orlando, waiting for the gates to open so they can run to the merchandise store to pick up everything that's on sale and limited, right, or whatever. And so people started identifying and they started sending pictures around. I mean, there is a whole group of adults.
If you've seen this person.
Yeah, have you seen this person? Exactly. It's so fucking asinine. It's like there is a whole group of adults that do nothing but talk about Disney all day long online.
Sounds productive.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest.
I'd rather them talk that than cue it on. So
that's right.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, listen, okay, so go talk your Disney. People talk about football all day long too, and lots of people don't give a shit about football or baseball or whatever.
It's true.
So it's just a thing that they're into, right? But they identify these people, and they started really turning on them, like sending ugly grams and all this other stuff. They're just identifying them in the park and telling them to get a life, and we're making it difficult.
I've been on Disney forums for the past 24 hours. Go get a life.
Go get a life. I know who you are. Your personal shopper, Betty Pixie Dust. You're a bitch.
Tinkerbell.
Yeah. Look at my child. He needs another $400 mini hat. The kid's suffering.
Yes.
Leave the monorail toy trains alone. You can't do that, Jackie Weaver. So Disney a couple of months ago started getting serious, and they said 2 per. That's it, 2 per. 2 per of the same item every time you go in there. But the personal shoppers then got a little wise. They said, oh, that's fine. 2 per what? You're going to track me in the next store I go to? So they just would go to another park, and they go to pick more of the same shit at a different park. In Orlando, they got 7 of those things down there. You got
smart.
So smart. Or they would buy 2 medium, 2 small, 2 large, 2 extra large, right? Or 2 in red, 2 in white, 2 in blue, whatever. So they found a way to
loopholes.
Cockroaches find a way to survive.
Yes.
Right. So yesterday or a couple days ago, the big news on the scuttlebutt on the Disney forums, of which I belong,
nice,
was that the personal shoppers have been identified by Disney security and have been trespassed. And by trespass, when you get trespassed at a Disney park, you can no longer go in there for life.
Ooh,
for
life.
Banned for life. Or until such time as Disney decides that they want to release the trespass, right?
That hurts.
That does hurt. Imagine, you're like the world's biggest Disney fan. You find out how to make a living, reselling Disney merchandise.
It's your passion in life.
Yeah,
you found what Oprah said do. You found it.
Your passion in life. Your passion in life is
bringing meaning
to
your
buy
life.
Winnie the Pooh cookie jars for Betty out in Ontario who can't make it, right? And then they yank your pass away for life. They say, go, no more for you. That's it. But, Disney has a right to do it, certainly. I mean, it's on your ticket. When you buy the ticket, it says that you actually cannot purchase stuff in the parks to resell for profit.
Oh, okay.
It's one of the terms and conditions of any ticket. And then the annual pass holders have an extra layer of, bullshit where they're like, you certainly can't do the following. It reminded me of a story. This whole thing reminded me of a story a couple of years ago that was in the New York Times and then in a number of different prominent newspapers and magazines about this group of ladies in New York that was renting out disabled children and people and men and stuff like this to affluent families so that they could go get on the rides quickly.
Oh.
Holy.
What?
Now, if you want to buy a $250 Starbucks tumbler, the kind that they make for $1.70 and sell you for $20 in the normal store just because it has a fucking Mickey Mouse on it, that's not my cup of tea. But God bless America, you should be allowed to do that, right? Now, should you be allowed to buy a bunch of those and resell them? That's up to Disney. They made a decision. Game over, right? So, game's over. Should you be allowed to exploit someone's disability to get you additional access so that, like a class system at Disney, there's always been a class system at Disney. It's never changed. It's always been that way. You can buy the Super Pass or the Extra Pass or now the My Disney Genie Plus. But should you be allowed to should the person who's disabled be allowed to sell themselves as additional access in a system that has a loophole that allows that to happen?
No. 100% no, I think. That's me. Disabled, that's a spectrum of meanings. Definitely not children. They can't make that decision. And if you're a disabled adult who, you're an amputee or something like that, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, listen, I don't know either. I don't like the fact that people use their affluence to create undue influence in the world, right? To me, that seems above and beyond. But I also understand that this cruel world that we live in is just that way. There's nothing that you can do about it. It's been that way a time infinitum, or whatever they say. Infinitum, which is a brand new, brand new from the podcast newspapers. Infinium,
hot off the press.
Buy your Infinium on the Bitcoin exchange now. Yes, Infinium, the brand new altcoin from podcast newspaper. Oh, those who know, as the kids like to say. Those who know. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, because if a person is disabled and they're down on their luck, and then they can ride down to Disney, get a free trip to Disney, get $10,000 in the process, and then all you have to do is just,
a consulting adult, but are you talking, so not mentally disabled. We're talking just
all kind of disabled, all just kind of disabled.
It's a slippery slope.
It was like, there are Disney has a whole subcategory, just like Google has all these search engine optimization specialists. That has created this whole new industry that we have both worked in, right? This company created a whole sub industry that is now sucking off the teat of this corporation.
Wow.
Now, Disney, of course, being one of the largest corporations in the world with many different facets, has now created a subcategory of people who make money: bloggers, vloggers, podcasters, people who there are independent like Disney vacation consultants that make huge dollars for planning out your Disney vacation for you, because that in and of itself takes a degree in fucking computer engineering and computer science. We just planned a Disney vacation, and let me tell you something. I have no fucking clue what Astor did. She was there for 17 days. Just trying to book one hotel room for 7 nights.
Right.
It's fucking insane. And then trying to get and now you have to plan your whole vacation before you go. They don't let you just walk up to the ride anymore. Now you have to plan the whole fucking thing out, right? Anyway, I don't know if it's right or if it's wrong. I'm morally, I wouldn't do it. I hate when people cut in line. It is one of the things that I think is absolutely obnoxious, right? And I don't like when people get undue influence because of their affluence. They create it out of thin air. I don't like that. But the part that bothers me the most is this. The part that gets me, that makes me think that they did the right thing they at least curbed it, right? They can't put a total stop to it. How do you do that, right? You can't say that Bob with one leg is not your friend, right? I mean, if you okay,
it's a fine line. I feel like
yeah. Like, what are you gonna do? Yeah, show me some pictures. What is this? Are you an immigration officer? Yeah, I've been through that. And let me tell you, if your love is real and your marriage is real, then there's no drama to that immigration office. At least we didn't have any. So what happened was a couple of years ago, I went to Disney with a friend of mine who was a child that would actually be considered disabled, a true disability, right? Born that way and maybe that way for life. When we went to get to the guest services to get additional help for this child, get him a pass that basically allowed us not to stand in line that would be bothersome to his condition, right? In many different ways, physically and mentally. They put these people, the parents of this child, through like a 400 question test. And then they categorized his disability as like level 1, you can go straight on the ride. Level 2, here's a pass, you give it to somebody, and then you come back an hour later, and then they let you on the ride. And then level 3 is, you probably aren't disabled, you're probably just telling us that. So here's level 3.
Yeah.
Good luck, ma'am. But what happens is the people who root around the system and try and find these little tricky ways to figure it all out.
Ruin it for
everybody.
Yep.
So stop it. I want my Disney mug and I want it now.
You need it.
I need it for $275. This mug is better than the other mug because this mug has Mickey and that one has whoever. Paw Patrol. You don't see people standing in line for Paw Patrol shit, do you? No. Because guess what? No one created scarcity on Paw Patrol. You can literally buy 75 pencils made in China for $1.50 a Paw Patrol. If that had Mickey Mouse on it, you'd be paying $2,000 for those 75 pencils, and it would be stuck in some 40-year-old man's bedroom where he'd be displaying them in a gas case. These people are fucking insane.
It is crazy.
Come on.
You do love your Disney.
I do. The other day we were talking about Frankie B.
I just want that sword to work. I mean, I really want the sword to work.
Here's another example of a $300 piece of shit that I bought. Lightsaber. That'll never work for any reason. You can only buy the Kyber crystal down in Disney.
A crystal has to be the key to put it.
The Kyber crystal. If this isn't the biggest sham shit you've ever seen in your entire life, the Kyber crystal is basically a double D battery that's a little bit bigger than every other double D battery. So you have to buy it from Disney for $150. My Kyber crystal broke the day that I got it, and you have to wait in line 7 hours to talk to anybody about it because everybody else's Kyber fucking crystal is broken. It's such a sham.
If we could get that thing working, that would be cool.
It would be cool. Yeah, if we get it working, we'll show you. But I say this all as a very big Disney fan.
You are.
I like going to Walt Disney World. What can I say? Right? I just don't like when they rip me off for $350. Although I will say
you have it proudly displayed though on the wall.
Yeah, it's my father-in-law put it up there.
Okay.
I'm like, I am in my 40s. Can you please put up the Pearl Jam posters? Will you please proudly display my Pearl Jam posters from the concerts I never went to, but spent entirely too much money online to buy? Oh, God. I thought these were going to appreciate in value. Right. Maybe they have. I don't know, but not by much. Yeah. I'm bad at that stuff. I told you. Dick Tracy collection, Pearl Jam posters, Kyber crystals. I've lost money on it all. Real estate. You want me? If you need to lose money in investing, call me up.
Yes.